Hey friends, it's Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, back for another video. And here comes Mr. Saltbox. Bring me some coffee. Thank you very much. What episode are we on, dear?
My wild guess is 142.
I think you're right. Okay, sounds good.
What'd you say?
I said I think you're right. You want me to record that, and you can pause that and put it in your queue. Okay, so I'm really confused. I'm really confused. I'm not sure what season I'm supposed to be stitching in. So I've got a little bit of everything here. I've got some Patriotic, I've got some Christmas, I've got some BlackBird, I've got some samplers, I've got some Stacey Nash. Whatever, just let me know what you think I should be stitching. So, and I want to make this not too long of a video, so I'm gonna jump right in, and rather than start by telling you what I've been stitching, I'm just gonna incorporate those into these categories. So maybe you can figure out what I've been stitching and what I want to stitch. And I don't usually do plans. Sometimes at the end I'll say I want to work on this or whatever, but okay, I'm talking too much. I also had some wonderful happy mail, so I want to include that. So let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Patriotic. I still have my Patriotic decor up. Probably will leave that up until first part of September. This is toward the end of August that I'm recording. I'm not sure when it'll get uploaded, but hopefully you'll see it before too long. So a couple things that I've been working on that are Patriotic. The first one, and this was influenced by Sean, the Periwinkle Stitcher. So that is the Big Blue House Pin Keep Drum by Stacey Nash. And Sean, Periwinkle Stitcher, on her most recent video had shown this as a fully finish. I had started this a couple years ago, and I just wasn't happy with a few things about it. So I made the decision to get back to it and try to finish it. And the decision was based on the colors of the grass. So I had the house, this part, the round part, almost finished, which this is the top of the drum. So I went in and took out all of the lighter green and the darker green, and I replaced it. One of the greens was Pea Pod by the Classic Colorworks. And to me, that has a lot of yellow in it. And I just didn't want yellow grass. In Jacksonville, if you have yellow grass, it means we've not had any rain. It's just burnt up. So I did not want yellow grass. So I left the swans and the little pond, but I took out all of that. Yeah, that was a lot. So I replaced it with Weeks Pickled Okra and Gentle Arts Chamomile. Now, chamomile can be tan or it can be green. Well, I had one that was kind of greenish, so that was my lighter green. And there's a nice contrast, and I'm very happy with it now. So then I thought, well, I want to finish. And if you'll notice, there's this band that goes all the way around. And I have this stand, too. This was originally a country sampler kit. There were 4 in the series. It was a Stacey Nash Club. So then I went and I started and finished the band that goes all the way around. So you can tell this is going to be a large drum. And then there's a strawberry that hangs off of it, which I've barely started. So I'm not fully finished with, I'm not finished or fully finished with this, but I am going to finish that soon. Because the only thing I have left to do, I don't know if you can see it, but along the bottom of that band, there's some stars. And then the strawberry that hangs off of it. So I want to get back to that. That's on all of the called for because it was originally a kit. The next Patriotic thing that I am going to continue to work on. Oh my gosh, this is stuck in the book. What the heck? The needle is stuck into the spiral of the book. Oh, this could be hard to... Anyway, it's this one, Land That I Love, by Teresa Kogut. I didn't get very far on this. I can't believe this. Okay, well, I guess I need to just cut that stitch out of... Oh my gosh. Okay, I cut the stitch out. Okay, we're good now. Land That I Love. I don't know if I worked on this very much since the last time I did a video. I'm not sure, but I want to continue to work on this. If you want to see a beautiful framed finish of this, go to Lisa at Kindred Stitcher. She has a beautiful finish of this. I'm stitching this on 46 count Confederate gray by Weeks. Some people call it gray, some people call it Confederate gray, whatever. So I want to get back to that. There's a lot of stitching in this. You got those big houses. So I'm going to continue to work on that for the rest of the year. Put that needle back. How bizarre was that? That was stuck in the spiral. These are the colors for that. You know, nice and neat. That's not how I roll. The next thing that I was working on, and I put a few stitches in this last night. This is the Teresa Kogut 1776 to 2026 stocking. Between Teresa Kogut and Shakespeare's Peddler, they have really come out with some fabulous designs recently, as well as, you know, with I Needle and Thread, Plum Street, and all that. And I still have the two Plum Street America 250 and A Worthy Patriot, and I'll pick those up occasionally. I'd like to get them done by the end of the year, but I don't know. So this is where I am on the stocking. And it's funny because some of the same elements that are in Land That I Love, like this band right here, are the same. Not necessarily the same colors, but the same stitches. So anyway, I'm working on the alphabet on that. And once I get the alphabet done, then it's just these motifs, which I think there's not another house. There's people, there's the date. So I'm anxious to get that done. I'm kind of in a stocking mood. If you haven't noticed, Kathy Barrick has recently come out with a bunch of her original Carriage House stockings that she's kind of reissuing, and some of them she's tweaking with more motifs or whatever. So that's really cool. The next thing that I worked on and finished. Okay. This is life as it is in my house. So I'm not one of those people that have beautiful fully finishes. Either they've done themselves or they've had a finisher. You're going to see mine in all stages of done. Not done, sort of done, kind of done, maybe done.
Thinking about getting
it done, yeah. So this is Lady Liberty. This came out a long time ago. For a while, it was out of print. And I think a year or two ago, Elma released it again as a booklet. So Lady Liberty by BlackBird Designs. And I had this kitted for eons, and I had never stitched it. So because it was originally a kit from Dying to Stitch, I had all of the original ingredients. You know, like a recipe. Who is it that calls it a recipe? Heidi from Whips and Kits. She calls it the original, a recipe, the called for. So this is where I am. It's a drum, but it's not a drum. So this is the band. It starts here with the stars, goes around as a pretty big flag. And I know that looks weird right there, but that's how it's charted. Anyway. Really cool with the bunting at the top. So I've attached the bottom. It's done. I have some clips in here and some thread, needle and thread. So I basically just need to stuff it and then put the top. Now you can see what I did here. And I chunky cut it out. But I put cardboard in here to stabilize it. And I also layered the batting a little bit so that there's a little bit of poof. Once it's stuffed, you'll see that poof a little bit more. But I cut out a hole in the middle of the cardboard so that I can still put pins in the top if I want. That's just how I do it. I don't know if that's right or wrong. And on the bottom cardboard piece, I don't know if I did this time, I need to, but sometimes I'll put a drapery weight in the bottom of the, obviously facing the stuffing, in there and just glue it or tape it or whatever, mostly glue it. And drapery weights, I used to be able to get them at Joann's, and I still have a few, but I'm sure you can, Amazon, again, Amazon carries everything. But they come already in a little, kind of like interfacing, so it's a contained magnet, not magnet, but a weight that goes in there. So anyway, by next time you might see that fully finished. So anyway, and that is all my Patriotic. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is BlackBird. And even though that Lady Liberty was BlackBird, I kind of put that in the category of Patriotic. So, 2 floss tubers, the Blooming Stitcher Leah and Holly from Mrs. Jones Stitches? Mrs. Jones Stitches, I think it's. Anyway, they got together and decided to do a group on Facebook called BlackBird Academy. And if you want to be in the group or find out any of the information, you have to go to the Facebook group, BlackBird Academy, and you have to answer the questions to be allowed into the group. And if you don't answer the questions, they don't let you in. So they don't want any bots, and I get it. So the August prompt, there's a prompt every month for a category of what you can stitch anything you want. It's from August through May, just like a school year, BlackBird Academy, and each month there's a prompt. So August is alphabet. I believe September, I printed it out, but I forgot to bring it. I believe September is birds and October is pumpkins. So you can stitch any blackbird you want. You can post your pictures, etc., etc. So I'm going to show you a few blackbird that I'm going to work on for the next few whenevers. So the first one, oh, I forgot to bring it. I have a small loose feathers that has an alphabet that I'm going to work on, but also this one, and I only have a few more days of August, but this is Maria Selby Humphrey. This came out, it doesn't have a copyright date, but this came out years ago. This is one of the type of things BlackBird will chart, but not necessarily stitch a model. So this is the antique. And I've worked on this off and on. I've shown you in my whip parade, but I need to get it finished. So this is where I am on this one. I'm not sure exactly. I think I had issues with the colors. There's an alphabet here that's ghosting. That doesn't really bother me, and I think I'm stitching this on Vintage Exemplar by BlackBird. By Lakeside. So that's an example of what you could do that has an alphabet. Okay? Okay. The colors are very muted. There's a little bit of blues, but basically it's just tans and browns. I've shown you that before on my in my whip parade, I think I just said. So say it again, Carol. The next one that I started, and I know there's other people working on this. I think Tara started this. I mean, this is what you call not really a start. And that's Humming of the Bees. This one has an alphabet. It also has birds. Most of the blackbirds, so September is a pretty easy prompt because there's a lot of blackbird that have birds because blackbirds, get it? So anyway, I have a very, very small start on this one. Not even really a start on the border. But that's definitely one of the ones that I want to work on. And I like to work on that in September because it's kind of a sampler. But again, that's one of the categories I'm going to show you is samplers. Okay, the next blackbird thing I want to show you. This I started last year with Lisa, Kindred Stitcher. And this is on Seraphim Sand Dunes. These are older charts, and because I was a member of the Loose Feathers, I've been a Buy All the Blackbird for years, since they came out in the early 2000s. And before that, I knew Alma because she worked at one of the local cross-stitch stores and quilt stores. Anyway, this one is called Autumn Bouquet. I started this last year. I'm sure Lisa finished it because she's wonderful at getting things finished. Anyway, I started it. This easily could be the alphabet. Is there no bird in here? Wow. There's acorns, so whatever month might be acorns, but for sure there's an alphabet. And that's all I have done on this. So it's just a few colors. Autumn bouquet, bouquet. So I'm right here. So there's quite a bit here, but it's one of those things, you know, you have a vine and then a basket, so it's not that intense. I say that, is it finished? No. Really nice autumn colors. Cinnamon, sarsaparilla, mulberry, and dried thyme. Beautiful. Again, something I think I showed you on my whip parade that needs to be finished. Next thing I wanted to show you was, well, a couple things. Another Blackbird that I started. This is First Winds of Autumns. This is that huge strawberry. It's in a book now. It's either When the Leaves Fall or Winds of Autumn. And this, again, was a Dying to Stitch kit. And this is how I got it, but it's been charted. And I'm not very far at all on this. This is the bottom here. So that's the start of the house. Another one I could get back to. This obviously has a bird, so that would be good for September. Just showing you lots of options. That's one I made. Here's an example of how see those lines on the plastic? Yeah. I guess it's too hot in Florida for vinyl front project bags. I don't know. Okay, two more things I want to show you. So there's quite a few people that are stitching out of the Gifts of the Season book this ginormous sampler this is the antique, and Alma has charted it. Jane Fawns. However, and this is not a criticism at all, because most of the samplers that Blackbird charts, they will add, adapt, take some elements out. It's not an exact reproduction. So this is the sampler, but Alma put in if you look at the chart, but I'm not going to show you the chart, there's a cartouche here that has a place. I don't know if she has relatives from there or whatever. Also, this border is kind of an in and out with a berry. And I don't think that's how it's charted, the border. Let me look real quick. I think it's just charted with, you know, it might be the same. Okay, I think the border might be the same. I thought it was different, but it might be. No, it is different. Because her border, and I'm just going to show you a teeny bit of the border. See, it just has this one, like a strawberry. But the border on the sampler has like 3 up-down berries. Anyway, I want to do this. And I went ahead and started, I got the border all the way down. I'm stitching this on a piece of Lakeside Exemplar. So I started at the top. It's a large sampler. Well, let's do it sideways. But this is the side. This is on 40 count exemplar by Lakeside. I had a piece in my stash and I thought it looked great with that. These are the colors. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a little something. Because before this Gifts of the Season came out, I had already purchased a chart and it's on a PDF. And I was going to get it printed yesterday and I completely forgot. Even though I was at the grocery store, I was at the grocery store with my granddaughter because I had to pick her up from dance. And anyway, it's a whole thing. But this is, let's see what, I think it's called Sarah Barnshaw. But I bought the tote to go with it. So you can, it's almost identical. So they must have been at the same school. Because if you look, you've got the two trees, you've got the middle basket. And I know this is hard to see, but you've got the middle basket. The trees are down here. It's just a little different. But I don't want to put the cartouche that Alma charted on this one. I want to make it more like the picture. So I have this chart. It's by Northumberland Sampler House. They're in England or Wales, I can't remember. But anyway, they're in England because Northumberland is in England. It's Sarah Barnsher, S-H-E-R, I believe. So you can get it as a PDF. You could adapt motifs if you want. That's kind of what I'm doing. So all that to say all that. The last Blackbird that I want to show you is something that I fully finished. Now, I set aside a day last week, and I thought, okay, I'm going to work all day on fully finishing. I have two fall samplers that I have the frames. I bought the frames from Hobby Lobby. They're ready to be laced. I had a bunch of things, including this that I wanted to fully finish. By the end of the day, I had two things done. That's how long it takes me to do fully finishing. I stitched these pieces a long time ago. One of them is dated 2000, and I think it said 21. Yeah, 21. And what these are, originally these were Dying to Stitch kits. The drum is called Garden Morning, and the little pouch, I'll tell you the name. But you can stitch these because they're in the Sampler Sewing Club book. So here's the little pouch. And mine was on the Velt, which is called for. I'm not totally happy with how it turned out, but I don't believe I'll go back and do anything to it. It's called the Summer Basket Button Bag. And it calls for Velt, which is by Picture This Plus. It's very green. So the picture really doesn't show the true color. But I fully finished that. Like I said, I had stitched these, well, 5 years ago. But I had never done anything with them because I guess that's just how I roll. So this one is Garden Morning, also in the Sewing Club book. And that's the drum. There we go. Also in the Velt. So I did get two things fully finished, not as much as I nearly wanted to do, but I've also been doing a lot of quilting. I accused my husband of putting a sign on his car that said Carol's Long Arm Quilting and my phone number because I kind of get quilts like, one or two a week, kind of, steadily from customers that are regulars. Well, there's a group that I guess I had only done one person's, and evidently she's been showing them. So all of a sudden, I got like 8 quilts in 2 days. It's like, what the heck? I told him, I said, okay, honey, you can take the sign off your car now. Anyway, okay, I'm going to take a quick break and rearrange, and then I'm going to show you some Stacey Nash. Okay, I'm back again. Now this is the category Stacey Nash. So I had a couple finishes, and I don't know what crackers I have shown you, but I'm pretty sure I was working on this one last time I had it. So this is Jenny. She's the bird, Jenny Wren. I don't have her little needle book. It's got like a nest with eggs. I don't have that finished. I used all the called for, but this color that her dress is, there's a lot of them that are more blue. I mean, more gray, silver kind of gray, but mine was more blue, which I'm fine with. So anyway, I finished, and I need to fully finish Jenny. The other ones that I have finished that I wanted to show you, I don't know, did I show you these before? This is Henrietta. She's the chicken. She's done with her little basket, so I have a lot of fully finishing to do. This is Humphrey. I have 6 of them fully finished, and these would be another 4. Humphrey, the elephant. I think his only accessory is you put a crown on his head. And then this is Harrison. I did this quite a while ago. And all of them, they're folded because I'm putting the linen on the back as well. Except this one, this was a kit from Country Sampler, and it's actually quilt fabric, but it's really close to the color. So that's Harrison. And he has carrots and some other things. So the newest one, and I barely started this the other night, this is a nettle, because I thought going into fall it would be fun to do her with her little pumpkin needle book. And actually on the back of the needle book it says Boo. Can you see that? Boo. Very cute. With her mask. And literally, I just started this. This is on, I don't know the called for. Oh, I did get this as a kit from Country Sampler with 36 count wean beans, but I changed it. I had some 40, so I'd rather do it in 40. I'm not sure why I want to do it in 40, but I do. I for sure am going to do the big skunk sugar. I'm going to do him in 46 because otherwise he's too big in comparison. I don't mind if they're different sizes, but I don't want one that's this big and the rest of them are all like that. The other thing, I had started this last year, and I kind of put it away for whatever reason. I do that sometimes, and I don't know why. If you can figure that out, you're better than me. I think I get bored sometimes, but I can have a lot done and put it away. And when I pull it out again, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't have that much I had to finish. What is my deal? This was part of the homespun needlework group on Facebook. This was a special offering. It was an exclusive. It came kitted from Acorns and Threads in Oregon. This is the front or the back, depending on how you want to. But I am going to make the pouch. So all I really need to add is a button because it came with the wool, which is the inside. So I thought, oh, I have the house done. It won't be that big a deal to finish it. No, it took me quite a while. It's almost like the size of a sampler. I mean, really. Now, when you see this, you're going to say, well, Carol, half of that's upside down. Yeah, because it gets... So here it is. It's really pretty. This is on Weeks Beige. The kit was 36 count. It's not my favorite to stitch on, but here's the wool. And I think this I'm pretty sure this was from Blackberry Primitives wool. So the wool will be on the inside. So here it is. It will fold up. Let's see if I can do this better. Sorry. And then this will fold down over it. Well, sort of. I have it like this. So it'll only come to here because you have seam allowances. But there was a lot of stitching. I mean, this was kind of like doing a sampler. Did I just say that? Probably. So you have the top. So the chart was interesting because it's charted upside down too. So when you finish this part, and then you have barely a little bit of the grass showing. So then you have to try to figure out, okay, I'm going to do this dog. So am I doing it on this side or this side? Because these are identical, except for there's a little difference in the way the order of the grass, I think. Anyway, once I got going on it, but then there was also a symbol that was a triangle that's filled in. But on some of them, the triangle was upside down and some of it was right side up. And so I was like, okay, is that the same? And then there was an open triangle. And I was like, okay, so which? But once I got oriented, it was fine. And I really like it. It's gorgeous. It would be beautiful just this and framed. Or do it like, add this. And there's this little row here, but that really will be inside. So when you open it, this will be the top of the inside. And then there's a big space here, 40 to be exact if you want to count them. 40 spaces here so that that top can fold down over. I think it's going to be adorable. And people will say, well, what are you going to do with that? I don't know. It could be a set around thing, a decoration thing. I don't care. It'll be fine. Okay, the next category I'm going to show you is Christmas. I'll be right back. So I'm sure many of you will just say, well, you got a lot of options on what I should stitch. I'm such a seasonal stitcher that that's why I'm so confused, because technically that's why I still have this up. It's still, I leave Patriotic up till September, and so stitching on Patriotic is appropriate, but then Christmas in July, but then August and September samplers, and then you start getting into thinking about fall, and it's like, oh my gosh. So this is one of the things I started. I have some other whips that I need to work on, but I haven't touched them. So this is Season's Greetings by Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler. This is only available, and I'll show you another. Well, I'll go ahead and show you that with haul. This is only available at Silver Needle. You can order online or you can call an order. But this is only available. It was from a retreat and now it's an exclusive to Silver Needle. But if you'll see in the border, there's packages, there's candies, like those mint Starlight candies, there's presents. You have tomatoes and strawberries in the border. You have those. It's just adorable. I'm trying to show you all the different elements. Peppermint sticks, stocking. It's so cute. And somebody I saw was stitching on this, and I was like, oh, that is adorable. So I ordered that, and I started the border. Now I am having a landslide here. I just started the border. I'm stitching it on 40 count Wren by Picture This Plus, and I just started on the border. That's all. It's going to be adorable. Again, only available at Silver Needle. And here are the threads. You got pinks, reds, great Christmas greens. That one is blue spruce. So cute. I put a tag on these all the time so that I know you can get these really cheap on Amazon. So I just put the name, who it's by, and the linen and the count that I'm stitching it in. That's the project bag it's in. Okay, so that's one of the Christmas. The other one, and I'll go ahead and show you this since they're both exclusives from Silver Needle. This is the other one, The Magic of Christmas. Oh, so cute. Love this. I want to start this. So what linen is it on, you ask? Well, I'll tell you what linen it's on. And I happen to have bought this and had it in my stash, if you can believe that. I actually thought that it was a different green when I bought it. It's a Fox and Rabbit. It's called Lyrebird, or Lyrebird, L-Y-R-E Bird Delph by Fox and Rabbit. See? Lyrebird Delph. And it's this bright turquoisey. So it's not the evergreen color that it looks like, but how beautiful will that be for a Christmas piece? It has some sparkly threads. I haven't collected all of the threads, but there's a couple treasure braid. And I think I just haven't collected all the threads because I haven't started it yet, so it's not fully kitted. But I knew I had this linen, so when that was the called for linen, I was like, oh, beautiful. Okay, the next thing, Christmas. I started this last year and I haven't gotten back to it. This is Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais. Let me take it out. This came out 2 years ago, last year. I think Brenda does put copyright. Just a second. Yeah, 2022. Oh yeah, 3 years ago. 4 years ago. What day is this? Not just what season. What day is this? Who am I? Who am I, dear? Only God knows. The Light of Winter by With Thy Needle and Thread. It's gorgeous. I've seen a number of people that are I think Chris, the camping stitcher, she might have finished it. I think she was stitching on it. She's quite the influencer. And this is where I am on the border on this. I usually go all around with the border, but I couldn't resist adding some of those beautiful colors. And it's a kind of a finicky border, but that's what makes it pretty. And this is on, what is this on? Winter Brew by R&R. And there's enough here. There's another, what's the one that just came out? It's a fall one. It was from a retreat. It recently came out. I can't remember the name of it. But it also calls for Winter Brew, so I may have enough to do that. And the other Christmas that I'm working on, I didn't bring my phone out, but if you go to Instagram, and this gal is putting assignments, she's doing assignment stitching for this chart, Midnight Santa Stocking. This came out last year. I think it came out at Jingle Ball, and then it also I think it was released at Market. Finding the linen is kind of tricky because it calls for Top Hat by Dames of the Needle. A friend of mine bought the 46 top hat, and it is a dark, dark brown. The coat would not show up on it. And I've kind of had similar things with Dames of the Needle where, and I'm not criticizing her linen, it's gorgeous, but where if you order something, it doesn't exactly come out the color. And I know over dyeing linen it's an art. So even the dyers that do regular, everyday, like needle and flax and Picture This Plus, you can get dye lots that are totally different. Not totally, but shades different. So my friend she gave me the 46 count, And I was like, this, I can stitch on, I can see it, but it's not going to work. I started this thing 6 times. And as it is, I still am having to adjust a couple colors, but that's okay. You might not be able to see it on this, but you can see it in person, and I'm happy with what I finally chose. I had a piece of this in my stash. I'm not sure where I got this because it's just written on a piece of Post-it. And I didn't write that. Fox and Rabbit Winter Wren 40 count. I wanted a gray, a dark gray that had brown overtones because to me, this is what this has. It has kind of brown overtones. Now there's a lot on here that's kind of ghosty. Now, the same friend that gave me the 46, she finally ordered, she was able to order a piece of 40 count top hat, and it looks really good. But that is, she still has to adjust some of the colors. But anyway, if you go to Instagram, it's Pat J O Riley, Reilly. I thought it was Pat Joe Riley, but I think it's Pat J O'Reilly. Either way, Pat, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly, but she's giving Sunday assignments for this, and they're like not hard. Like what I'm going to show you is more than, well, I went ahead a little bit on it because I thought, well, I'm going to catch up in case there's ever a week that it's weekly assignments, takes 2 to 4 hours to finish. So here's where I am. So this color is the sage that it calls for, but it's kind of ghosty. So I decided to do the words in, let me see, is it 612 or 611 DMC, which is already in it. 612. No. Yeah, 612. Now, 612 is already used on the fur on his coat. So it's already part of the called for. So I did that top part in the sage, and that's supposed to be the color of the words, but I decided to change. So it's 612. You can see the words show up a little bit better than these willow trees. So this was the first assignment. This was the second week. The third week is the checkerboard and the first line of the words, but I went ahead and did the willow trees on the other side, so I'm a little ahead. So that's fun, and every Sunday she gives a new assignment, and again, it'll be done by Christmas, so it's 2 to 4 hours a week of stitching, so you can add that to your rotation, and it doesn't really take a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna pause again. Okay, Narissa, who we haven't heard from for a while because she's opening her own shop, and so good for her. I wish you all the luck in the world and success, Narissa. But she had designated stash sampler starts and sampler starts. Anyway, she for the last few years has done all of August and September, a new one every week. It can be something from your stash, or it can be a new reproduction sampler. I think it can be any kind of sampler because there's been a few that she's doing that are BlackBird. So anyway, this is one that I really want to get back to and finish. There's 2 of them in here, so let me get them out. They're not reproductions, but they're, this is Caroline Amelia Trowell by With Thy Needle and Thread. I started this maybe last year. You know, time flies when you're having fun. And that's where I am on this one. So I have the top band almost finished, not quite. So I want to get back to this one. And I like Recovering Monogamous Stitcher. I know her name, but it just escapes me right now. I'll think of it. Karen. She does a focus piece, and so I think that's really cool. But I don't know which one I would focus on. Oh, I guess there's 3 in here. The next one, and I'm not going to take these out of the package. You've all seen a Manor at Quaker Hill. Again, with needle and thread. These are all in a bag from Buckleberry. It's Tilda fabric, I think. So all 3 of these are in the same bag because they're all with needle and thread. And this is where I am on this one. Again, that wouldn't take too much to finish it. Sorry for the wrinkles. Sorry, not sorry. Well, I am sort of sorry because sometimes it's hard to see stuff that has wrinkles, but I'm not sorry enough that I would have ironed it. Okay, just being real here, people. So I have the house and that done, and I just need to work on the rest. But hopefully, you know, sometimes it helps too. I fold these in a different direction. So each time I get them out, they have new wrinkles. The other one is at home, again, with needle and thread. And this one I'm using 36 count pecan butter by Lakeside. I think it was supposed to be on Vintage Country Mocha, and I changed it. And I have the house done, putting in the flowers for the border and the motifs. So that has a lot of it done. Am I showing the wrong side? Yes, I am. Okay. So that one's finished. Not finished. The house is finished, and I just need to get back. This has the prettiest border. I'm going to show it sideways. See those pretty flowers? It's just gorgeous. So it's kind of fun to work on. And the house and the grass are done. I mean, that's what a lot of people dread, is the house and the grass. But there's a lot of trees to add. Cartouche, I don't know, that might be over 1, the cartouche. But I love the sentiment because I like to stay home. Okay, so those are 3 samplers that I could get back to. Sorry. The next one, this one I started this year, I believe. I started with Christy Crosshatch and Yvette, and okay, my microphone is like pulling my shirt weird. Anyway, they are probably a lot further than I am. This was the 2025 Queen of the May from Hands Across the Sea. And I haven't gotten very far. I don't even know. I might have worked on it. I don't know. But I'm thinking of making this the focus piece and do a full week on it. See where I get to. So this is where I am on this one. It's so pretty. So pretty. And I'm using the Soie d'Alger, Versoix Soie d'Alger, which are the skeins. Some people call them puffy. Some people call them fuzzy. I don't know. I love them. I don't have a problem with them, whether they're fuzzy or whatever. I like them. I like the coverage. Some people don't use them except on 36 count. I'm fine with them on 40. I've used them on 46 even. So, yes, you need to get back to that, Carol. And that's housed in a Christy Crosshatch quilts bag, which is appropriate because I'm supposed to be doing assignments with them, but obviously I'm not. So, it's an homage. Okay, the last one in my samplers that I've pulled that are whips, if I don't put stuff back where it goes. And this one I started at some point. Of course I did. And again, I love this, and I love all of the Kathy Barrick stockings. I love these stockings. Some people want to make them just straight and frame them, and I know Country Sampler has done that with one of the Kathy Barrick Christmas ones. But I like the funky toe. I mean, there's a funky toe on there. Anyway, this one I started. Again, I need to get back to it. This one I'm using NPIs, and I believe, I don't know, I might have collected these. And this one I'm stitching on 40 count Meadow Rue by Lakeside. And how beautiful is this going to be? Gorgeous. Now this alphabet is eyelet stitches. Okay, let's do it this way. It's a little easier to see. I'm not very good at folding, obviously. That's why I end up with so many wrinkles. See those eyelet stitches? And that bird, beautiful. I mean, the colors just pop on that. This is more the color of the linen. So yeah, I'm on a mission to finish the Midnight Santa, the Teresa Kogut 1776, 2026. Did I say Santa? The Midnight Santa stocking. This stocking and the Patriotic Teresa Kogut, the Santa Teresa Kogut, and this one. Okay, that's the samplers, except for I'm going to ask you to choose. I have these all three kitted. I'm going to start one of these for my birthday in September. And I may be back before September and I may not. And maybe shortly after my birthday. But anyway, my birthday's the middle of the month. I'll be 75. I can't even believe it. It's like, oh my gosh. How can I be 75? Is that... I looked at my driver's license and that's the calculation based on the year I was born.
Don't talk about old people around old people.
Yeah, he's older than me, so don't. That was one of the wisest advices I got from Jean Lee. We were waiting in line somewhere, and I said something about being old. Oh, that's when I turned 70. And she said, don't talk about being old around people that are older than you. And I'm like, oh, wise advice. So here I am talking about it, and he's older than me, but he gets used to me. This is Elizabeth Weston. I love this. Narissa has it finished. It's gorgeous. Michael of Davis Quilting and Stitching, he does a floss tube, and he has it, he's got a lot done on it. It's beyond beautiful. I have decided I want to do it on a gray. I think Michael's is on more of a neutral tan. Elizabeth Weston. So this is one candidate. And I have a piece of Spinster by Shakespeare's Peddler. And that's about the color it is. Maybe a little darker. It's a gray. Maybe a touch of green. And I have the Verissois kitted up for that. It's a big sampler. Has a lot of over one. Yeah. But it's gorgeous. So that's an option. This starts for my birthday. The other one, and I've wanted to do this for 100 years. This is Elizabeth Harding. I think Narissa finished this one too. And this little red inner border is either all eyelets or it's all Smyrnas. Either way, you could make it Smyrnas. A lot of over one. Beautiful house. Love that. I never sneeze just once. It's either twice or 5. I don't know why I sneezed. Anyway, I have that kitted with a piece of vintage light exemplar. That's like gold. And again, kitted with the Verissois silks, Soie d'Alger. The next one, what did I have this kitted with? Oh, this was one of those ones where a lot of people are working on this one. I know Sean Periwinkle Stitcher is working on. I know there's assignments on a Facebook group. I just want to start it, get it started. This is Maria Wales Newsom. Again, by Hands Across the Sea. All of these are by Hands Across the Sea. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This one I have the 100 threes. It was supposed to be on a color from Dames of the Needle called, it was like you had to order it at a certain time. It was like special. I can't remember. I wish I could remember the name of it. Anyway, I ordered it and it came and it's like Christmas green. It's not at all what I thought it would be. So I have a piece of navy bean from Lakeside, which is kind of a greenish neutral. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Another option. There was one more, but I don't think I brought it. I'll show it next time if I start it. It's one by Cross Stitch Antiques, and it has the swan. I'm not sure what the name of it is. So, okay, that's all I want to show you as far as stitching. Now I'm going to show you what I've gotten in the mail, including some wonderful Happy Mail. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this became available recently. This is from Shakespeare's Peddler, 4 Seasons. It's a fairly new release of hers. You could do it in 4 different, like, small pillows, or you could do it all together. I thought it would be cool to do it long, like start with spring, summer, or fall and winter as like one long piece, which I think she suggested in her newsletter. So anyway, thought that was cool. The other one, and I have this kitted ready to start. I love this. Chris, the camping stitcher, is working on this. This is only available from Stitches Unlimited. You can call, I think you have to call Stitches Unlimited. It's, where is Stitches Unlimited? It's in New England, but I'm not sure exactly where. But I have it. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to show you the phone number if you want to order this. So take a screenshot. Stitches Unlimited. The Village of Old Hickory in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Again, Shakespeare's Peddler. I mean, she's knocking it out of the park. But you can, it's an exclusive because it was from a retreat. You can only get it at that shop. Look at this. It is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So, and I kitted that with a Picture This Plus. I'm not sure what it called for. Oh, it called for Natural. I'm not crazy about the Natural by Zweigart. I mean, this is a Zweigart fabric, but the Natural is actually sourced from Zweigart versus the overdyed. So I think I'm going to do it on this, which again is, oh, I'm sorry. This is Oat by Be Stitch Me. Sorry. I thought it was a Picture This Plus. Oat by Be Stitch Me. I don't have them on a ring yet, but you can get an idea of how beautiful these threads are. DMC. You can get an idea, right? Just an idea. Upside down DMC. I mean, how gorgeous is that? Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to start that. So I'm thinking of starting that somewhere around end of October, November, whatever. Because, you know, I don't have anything else to stitch, so might as well, right? I don't know if floss tube is responsible for this addiction or if it just enables it. I don't know. You tell me what you think. The other one that I got, and I got this last year. I got this kitted from Farm Girl, which, by the way, Michelle, my heart goes out to you on the loss of your son. I cried when I heard about that because I also have a Joshua. So my prayers are with you, Michelle. So Peace on Earth, this was released as an exclusive from Farm Girl after a retreat last year. Again, Shakespeare's Peddler. She's just knocking it out of the park. And I got this kitted last year. No, I didn't. I just got, oh, I can't remember. Oh, you know what? I did get it kitted. It was again with that natural, and I decided to change it. So I'm going to use something from Needle and Flax. I'm not sure what this is. It's a gray. It's a little darker, but almost the same as the natural. I'm not 100% on this linen, so we'll see. It was an Orphan Dark from Needle and Flax. It might be, because this is pretty light, but on the other hand, there's white stitches. So I don't know. A lot of people have stuff. This is a stitch along with Finally a Farm Girl and Linda. Anyway, Stitchy Linda. And they started this in July as a stitch along. So I kitted that. This I was able to get because of a friend, and I'm so excited. If you're following Flame Girl, Flame Fingers, which is Vanessa, she's already finished it. This came out, okay, this is not out yet. There's only a few select people that have been lucky enough to get one, either from a friend that went to the Threadworks Fair, because this was released at Threadworks Fair by Teresa Kogut. It's called Life, Liberty, and Happiness. I love this. I could start this today. That would make me so happy. I think I'm still waiting on a couple threads. And I kitted this with Dolly Madison from, I don't know if that's the called for. No, Hemingway's called for, which is a little darker, but I think Dolly Madison would be pretty. Love this. Anyway. And then this came out recently, but I received this. I ordered it through the Homespun group last year, and I ordered it on the last day, so it didn't even come until late during the year, and it was an offering in like the fall. So I have not started this. Tara Sully Stitches already has it finished and framed. So, but we all know she's kind of a show off. Yeah. Love you, Tara. And then I was able to order this from England. Part of my Stacey Nash obsession is all of these wonderful retreats that they're having, that Stacey is having in England. And this was one. There's a few people that have finished this. Leaping Rabbit, Sewing Pouch, and Pin Keep. And this is the one, if you watch Just So Sherry, also Sean Periwinkle Stitcher, they finished it. But I was able to order it from England. I mean, I paid for it, but you know what I mean. It's not something that's available in the United States, is what I'm trying to say. So, and I've kind of been collecting Blackberry Primitive's linen. It's very rich and dark. I mean, she has some lighter colors, but some of her colors are very rich and dark. And I've kind of been collecting them because I know Stacey is using them for some of these charts that she's doing at these retreats in England. So these are the two colors of linen. Didn't use, okay, so Blackberry Primitives is who this is from. And Tanya does it. She didn't used to dye cross-stitch linen. She did linen for like Maggie Bononomy and pieces that were in wool kits. But anyway, recently she started dyeing cross-stitch linen. So I ordered these 2 pieces. Now I ordered 40 count. I might be sorry, but I don't think so. I'm not going to take them out of the package. But that is what is called for. That's the dark linen for these. Salem and Fossil. Okay, a couple other things I got in the mail. I ordered this piece of Needle Bling Shreky Tan. I ordered that directly from Needle Bling. Some of the Stacey Nash crackers are on that. And then I'm in the Color and Cotton Club. So if you haven't gotten your Color and Cotton for August, look away. Look away is Garden Gate, which is kind of a pretty light gray. I also got something else, but I'm not going to show it until more people have received theirs. The next is Happy Mail. So I have been getting these from Tammy of Scattered Seed. These are the most recent club pieces. If you don't buy her club kits, you're crazy. This one is called Share and Share Alike, and this is the Dwelling Place. And this is the Country Feathers series. You get them all kitted with DMC. You get the backing fabric, a needle, a little charm. So all you really have to supply is your linen to stitch it on. That's gorgeous. I love it. So thank you, Tammy. Tammy Black, Scattered Seed. And then I received, where did I do that other thing? I'll have to show it next time. This blew me away. This is from a gal on Instagram, and she had messaged me that she was making these for me. Oh my gosh, people. I do not deserve this. I am 100% telling you I do not deserve this. This is a fob for scissors. She included the scissors. That is over 1. I think it's 46. It could be 40, but I think it could be 56. It's unbelievably tiny. Unbelievably tiny. And her handwriting, my brother that passed away, the first brother that passed away, both my brothers have passed away, but she writes really tiny. I said, I know you like small things just by your handwriting. My brother used to write like that. So tomato in the back has my initials. And then she also sent me a locket piece. That's from a Bristol sampler that has my initials. Look at that. Unbelievable. I do not deserve that. Thank you very much. Angela is her first name. Thank you very much. And then I received this box. This is from a gal that I have met at various retreats. Sat by her last year. She sent me a nice letter. Her name is Anne. She goes to a lot of retreats. She does not necessarily stitch what the item is for the retreat. So she sent me some kits. Now some of them she didn't send the threads, which is fine because she stitches on Ada, and she's like, I just can't believe she sent me. Plus she included some cute little fabrics, Patriotic fabrics, a little cute Patriotic scissor holder and scissors. And this was like over the top. So anyway, this box is full of kits from retreats that she's gone to that she's not going to stitch. Like this was Stitch Camp this year. So this is not even out to the general public yet. It's just full. Here's the Patriotic one with the Averiswa. This was the Christmas one. This This one's out of the bag, but this one is the Colonial one. These are all Susan Stanley's charts. Anyway, this box is chock full of retreat pieces that she has gone to and sent me. This kit from Stitch Camp this year from Country Sampler. Anyway, thank you, Anne. I don't deserve all this stuff. I don't know when I'll get to them, but I sure love having them for a someday stitch. A whole box. Crazy. Oh, and then also included it was this cute towel. I haven't even opened it yet. From Laundry Basket Quilts. It's a microfiber towel. Love it. Wrapped cute. Anyway, I think that's all I have. If you are confused too, let me know. If you think there's anything special I need to work on, let me know. I have no idea how long this is going to be. I'm hoping it's not too long because it's uploading all of it. And I really do appreciate when you buy me a coffee. We're kind of saving a lot of that to, he needs a new computer. And, you know, we're old. We want to hang on to his retirement money as long as we can in case one of us becomes incapacitated at some point. So, oh, here's the other thing. I got this. This is another Happy Meal. I got this from Shepherd's Needle for being a patron of Shepherd's Needle. It's the most adorable zipper pull. How cute is that? With the little charms on it. That came in the mail. I was like, I didn't order anything recently from Shepherd's Needle. Thank you very much. Anne, I believe, is the owner of Shepherd's Needle. I had a little message in there. This is, thank you for being a patron. Well, thank you for recognizing that your customers are special. I appreciate that. Okay, I hope it's not too long, and I just want to, again, thank you for buying me a coffee. It's completely optional, but if you'd like to donate to my channel, there's a QR code that you can click. You know how that works. Anyway, I just want to, I'll hopefully come back in September, and I hope everyone is well and stitching and getting a little relief from the heat, which yesterday was only high 80s, which is a relief for us. And I guess I will see you when I see you. So anyway, love you. Bye.